What's up, motherfoxers? Here we are again. Today we are going to do a little bit of rust proofing on my old truck here. This truck is a 2013. There's hardly, if any at all, rust on this thing. If it is, it's on the bottom, on the frame and stuff. You know, surface rust and whatnot. But there is some stuff starting to break through right there. I did put F150 on these two seams right here a few years back. This is where they all rust out, was where those two pieces meet. Hence, my dad doing this to his truck. It's a whole new piece on each side. But yeah, the rocker panels are good. There is kind of an area in there that it's not, doesn't look too good, but think we could save it. So I shot KBS cavity coater in those rocker panels a couple years ago or so, and I'm about to do it again. And then that one piece I'll show you here in a minute that's getting rusty, well, I got a better idea for that. All right, there you go. Now you got the view. I think you can see that. Hopefully you can. It looks pretty dark. But you see that rust up in here, pinch weld area. I got another idea for that, because some of this is getting pulled apart, man. But the rocker panels, which this is a part of, are in pretty damn good shape here. You know, it's just got bubbling here. But we're gonna shoot. They got these holes in here. It seems fairly clean in there. May have to blow that out, but we'll get some cavity coater inside this whole thing, and what the cavity coater does is it finds its way through the drain holes and just coats everything. So we're gonna do both sides of these, and then anything else that's got, like, you know, rust on it, like here's the frame surface rust and stuff. We'll go ahead and get some not F150, because they disappointed me lately. I got something else. Yeah, we got some rust, man, but it's, you know, we can stop this where it's at right now. But like I was saying with this, the only thing I can do is soak it. So what we're gonna do is, there's another product called NHOU. You guys ever heard of that? It's just grease in a can, basically, oil in a can. You just spray it on here and it just soaks into everything. So I'd rather do that with what I have left here than this thing rust out on me, you know, because it's in a point now where either you do something or you're gonna start seeing a lot of nasty stuff coming up here. So I'm probably gonna have to see if I can't break this out. Maybe I'll get the air hose and blow this out and see if there's anything I can blow out of this. Alright. I did not expect to find a bunch of shit up in there. And some back here and in the third spot, but yeah. Well, you see the bottom of the rockers. This one's worse than the other side, than the driver's side, so yeah, there's holes. The whole bottom of the rocker is gone, but I think only about probably 3/4 of it, so looks like we could cut this whole thing out and just weld a whole nother piece of the bottom in it, because these rockers go around and up, and they're solid, man. It's just this bottom piece here where this pinch weld is, where all that moisture goes in, is what's causing all this. But all this paint you see here is Pour 15, and yeah, no UV protectant. Even though it's not in the sun, it's still getting UV, so it'll break down. I did that before I really knew this stuff didn't have UV protectant in it. So, but the other thing that I didn't expect were the frame braces to the body right here was full of sand and rocks and shit. So we'll be spraying into that this time. So I got all that stuff out on each side. Just a bunch of debris came out of there, just sand and rocks and a bunch of bullshit from the road. And yeah, I'll be spraying inside these things now that I know there's stuff inside that. So you want to leave that shit in there, go ahead and grab that KBS and start shooting it inside this stuff. And then I'll just go get the NHOU that I have in the cupboard up there, and I'll spray this with that so it can just soak into it. It's like mostly oil than anything, so.
Like what we did, just come back to about here.
Yeah, because like I said, 3/4 of this bottom is bad. So we got 1/4 of it we can cut right off, and
yeah, cut it off up to there and overlap it and overlap this.
Yep, I'll have to get some of that rust treatment stuff that you paint over that. It eats all the rust, and then we can weld over a piece on there on each side. But yeah, might as well get it now before it starts crawling its way up on the outside. So yeah, there's a lot of holes in that, holes up here. But yeah, like I said, this is Pour 15, guys, and it is peeling off. And this is before I was all on this stuff. If you're gonna paint it inside a car where it's gonna be covered up, it's not a big deal. But on the outside, even though it's underneath this truck, UV is still getting to it, and it's just wreaking havoc on it. And it doesn't have any UV protected in it. And all right, here we got a KBS cavity coater. When I sprayed this, I didn't know it only lasts 4,000 hours. So whatever that means. And then here's the NHOU. This stuff is just like, basically it's oil. And both these products, you gotta actually reapply this stuff to it. So I didn't know that, and I should have done that a couple of years ago. The year after I did it, I should have done it the next year. But oh well, paying for it now. And so this whip here is for this. So it's a cavity coater. Kind of the Eastwood stuff is like paint. So, but this nozzle is 180 degrees. So you put it in there and you just kind of pull it back through there, and then all this stuff will leak through the drains and stuff like it's supposed to coat all that stuff as well. So we're gonna put these inside the rocker panels to keep that metal, you know, where it is, and inside those little crevices, those cross bracing frames on the body to the frame. And then we'll get this stuff on now, that edge that's just rusted out of there. So can't stop what's there, but I can slow it down some until we are able to get this thing the repair started on it. So don't know when that's going to be. Sure, as soon as I start doing this, the wind fucking blows. And there's what you use LMR paper for that they stuff in their packages. It's funny, I laid this down and the wind wasn't blowing until I started spraying. That's unfortunate. So, alright, I think this is done leaking. Now I can go over to the other side, get the other side. I'm not going to film that. Obvious how you do it. I got half a can left, which is good. And then we'll get the NHOU on the bottom of that. Alright guys, now for this NHOU shit. Stuff's more just like a point and spray kind of thing. Yeah. So if I can't do it like that, I gotta do it vertical. See that stuff kind of just sticks to it. Anywhere that rust here. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep this stuff in check for now until we can get to it. Because I wasn't expecting this. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, let me finish this up. I think I did a review on this NHOU a few years ago. Could have been the other channel, I don't know. I said I didn't really like it. It was greasy, not what I thought it was gonna be, but at the same time, what I just did here, it works wonderful for. So what I did was anything that was surface rust on the frame, the bed bracing on the back, anything, the seams, I shot it with the NHOU. It's oil. So what that stuff does is it just soaks in. Just right now it's just soaking into all the crevices and everything. That's what this stuff does. It shoots out this goo of oil. And I'll show you. Right there you go, guys. See the shininess? Hopefully you can see it. I know it's kind of dark under here, but just shot it all up with this NHOU up and down here. And that stuff is just soaking right now. Soaking into everything. And I just did this to everything, even the cross braces to my bed back here. And my hitch, did my hitch. Up here on the floor I saw some rust, and the body mounts and stuff. Anywhere I saw rust. That stuff's actually pretty good. I like it. I like it. That's something you'd take every year and just buy a couple of cans and go do this to your truck. So, or car or whatever. But yeah, it is greasy and it is going to stay that way, but it does wear off. It's kind of a yearly task I think I'm going to start doing here. So, but that's it for this. It's all taken care of for now. But that's it, y'all. There's shit on my face? Probably. I took some KBS and a kisser. The last spray I did, right down in my mouth. So, anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Later.